Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode, folks. Once again, back in World of Warcraft Classic, Wrath of the Lich King. And before we get into it, I just wanted to thank everybody for clicking on that video and choosing to spend their time with me. I really do appreciate it. In this video or episode, we're going to continue on with what we've been doing. So we're going to be leveling up through the Wrath of the Lich King. Aim of the game here is to, of course, get to level 80, after which I will then probably be running some heroics. And there's a lot to catch up actually here on this character. Now, I did start roughly about a month and a half or so, maybe let's call it 2 months before the launch of the Wrath of the Lich King. So I do have a lot of ground to cover, both in terms of quests as well as achievements. So I will be working on that. I might do some stuff on stream. That is a thought, of course, that has crossed my mind. But the aim of the game is to get to level 80, do some heroics, try and do some raids, and just generally have some fun. Unlike other players, personally speaking, I don't really want to race to level 80. I just want to enjoy the leveling up process. Now, I did start with the Death Knight, so this is what I'm going to carry on with to level 80. Once we get to 80 and start getting some things set up on the Death Knight, I will then level up the Paladin. Now, on the Paladin, one of the things that keeps going through my mind is to change professions. We do have mining and enchanting, and enchanting is a good thing to have, but I feel like something else might probably benefit. I'll think about that. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to think about it, but I might keep enchanting on the Paladin. We still have a level 70 druid that I level 70 boost. Of course, we'll do that as well. And there's also a level 60 warlock, which I want to level up as well. So I think ideally I'll end up with 4 level 80 characters. I'm not sure which one I'm going to enjoy the most, but I do have my work cut out for me. And yeah, we'll see where we get there. Now, the problem is, of course, once we get to 80, I do want to get the dual spec. I do want to be able to fly in Northrend. That's 2,000 gold already, plus another 5,000 gold on the epic flying skill. That is basically what I am slowly and steadily working towards. Now, what I want to do is I want to complete the zones in terms of quests, or try and get as close to completing them as possible. So that is one of the goals. I want to see how much I will have left over quest wise. Now, of course, that will be a good source of income when I do reach level 80, because of course the experience that we would have got will be, of course, supplemented by gold. So as I understand it, there's a bit of a mathematical calculation on what amount of gold you get, and it's dependent on how much XP you would have got. I think it's calculated per copper or something like that. Anyway, so we want to keep the higher tier quests, call it that, or the end level quest towards when we level up and when we actually need the money, because we'll probably get more gold for it. So that is basically what I'm doing. I'm going to try and level up with the starter quests, and so we'll do both the Borean Tundra as well as Howling Fjord. We'll do the Dragonfly area, and probably Grizzly Hills. I'll probably go into yeah, then we'll see what we'll do, where we'll go from it, but that's kind of the idea. I want to try and complete zones or get them as close as possible. The only thing that I would probably struggle with, in terms of patience really, is when or if we do come across quests that basically require us to go from point A to point B to back to point A to point C. All these traveling quests, basically, because I think they take a lot of time of travel. I'm not a fan of those, to be personally honest. It's just one of those things. And well, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, even so, in the long run, the aim of the game, and I guess for all 4 characters, will be to complete all of the Northrend quests, then work my way back down into Outlands, do those as well, both for the gold as well as the achievements. And that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Of course, I have to go back into Northern. I was gonna say Northern initially. That's why I kind of got myself kind of surprised myself, because I was gonna say Northern, but I want to go back into Outlands and get the reputations done. And of course, there are several things that I want there, like for example the Netherwing Drakes. We could do with that. Netherwing? Yeah, the Netherwing Drakes. I also want the Rays. I might want to keep a Ray flying mount, to be honest. I do like the Nether Rays. So that's pretty much it. So we do have a quest here, and I just finally figured out what I needed to do. That is because, of course, I did read the quest, and I read it before I started the video. So I thought, you know, might as well complete this one. Alright, let's have a look here. Took me a while, but you know what, better late than never, I guess. It's just what it is. I should I should read more the quest, but right now, I mean, I do scan them and I do vaguely know what the quests are. This one's actually quite a cool one, by the way, so just pay attention to this. So then we are too cursed. We are cursed. So basically, these two Varkuls basically are having an argument over a baby. And as you read their speech bubble, just keep in mind that apparently humans are descendants of the Varkul. So now they're arguing about, so basically these are the parents of that baby that they've given birth to, and they're now in trouble because they kill all of the abnormal babies. The mother begs them not to do that, gets basically wants a chance with regards to it, and obviously they can't keep it because they'd get killed. So they do something with the baby. What they do, well, ends up turning the baby into humans. So, or the baby grows into a human, and that's how the human race is born in Azeroth. I probably didn't explain that as good as I could have, but yeah, you get the idea. So that is quite interesting. I don't really understand why the Varguls then are so much taller than humans, to be fairly honest, but that is quite a little interesting take on how the humans came to be. So yeah, interesting. That was a very simple quest to do. And I was gonna say, and I'm glad I did not rush to level up. I can only imagine what a pain that would have been with everybody trying to do the same quest. I'm actually enjoying not having any competition. I don't know, maybe I'm being antisocial here or what, but don't get me wrong, right? I like the fact that there are a lot of people in the game, and I like the fact that it is a populated game by players. I just am happy that there aren't too many players in the same region as me. It gets overcrowded in my opinion, and especially when it comes to doing quests and having to compete for the same mob is really annoying. So as I said, I kept to my word. I will be playing through Wrath of the Lich King. I mean, I don't really have much of a choice, do I, there? But I will be playing through it. I just don't want to rush. There's no reason to rush. I'm not in a competitive guild, and even if I was in a competitive guild, I probably wouldn't get very much for, you know, satisfaction for getting to level 80 quick. I really want to enjoy the zones. That is the thing. I want to do all the quests. I want to just basically explore the zones. There's a lot of stuff that I have missed, so I want to see them. I want to live it again, stuff like that. Flowers. So this will be I don't know. I'm really reconsidering right now, respecing the Warlock, if I'm honest. I feel like that might potentially be a thing here, you know? And the reason for that is quite simply, I don't know. I feel like I should probably put something a bit more, maybe, I don't know, more productive in terms of gold on the Warlock. We'll see. We'll see. That's another thing. It's, like the Warlock's professions are far behind. So, you know, respecing wouldn't be too big of a thing. Okay. So we've got this up here. So I guess we're going to do another little, I don't know. I don't even know what we're looking at. I guess traveling back in time, ghosts of the past, whatever type of thing. So we're up here. Apparently there's another little scene. Let's do this. Ta-da. Right, let's bear witness to whatever we must see. Oh, hello. This is interesting. Nice. It would have been really nice if this was voice acted. I'm not gonna lie. So this is a follow-up, by the way, to the thing with the baby. And it would appear that a lot more of these Vargul's basically were giving birth to human babies. And so they think that they've been abandoned by their gods and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll just let you guys have a read of that if you're interested. It is a nice little lore there, but I'm not getting the completion for it, which is quite interesting. I do wonder why though. I mean, oh, this guy's deadly. Yo ho. Dang. Okay. I mean, I can mount, so that's kind of cool. But I didn't get the quest completion. Oh, hello. Okay, it's playing out again. Right. So basically, it looks like I wasn't close enough to King, whatever his name is. I probably should refrain from trying to pronounce it because I'm going to butcher it. Alright, I guess we wait for him to do the whole speech until it counts our quest as complete. I would have really liked it if this was voice acted. I feel like this, of all of the scenes that we encounter here in Wrath of the Lich King, should have been voice acted. Okay, there we go. That is it. We have had it completed. Alright, well, let's go back and hand this one in. So yeah, so basically they're on about keeping the Varkul bloodline pure and getting rid of all the, I don't know what they call them, you know, the babies that are born with deformities and stuff like that. But one of them escaped, obviously, we know that, and so that is where the human race comes from. So that's quite cool. A little take here on the Viking genre, to be honest. I want to jump off the edge, but I'm so afraid that if I do, I will probably mistime that jump and end up killing myself. I just feel like that's the quickest way down. Maybe off this bridge right here. That might be an option. Let's quickly have a look down here. Yep, that's fine. That'll do. Hopefully that won't kill me. There we go. Alrighty, so that's one way down. I am good and glad that we can actually walk on water. That is so important. Otherwise, having to swim this would have totally made it redundant. There we go. Those dogs are big. I can only imagine what it would be like to actually have a dog that size. Okay.
May the light embrace you.
Let's see what we have here. Is there anything that will be useful to me? Well, not so much. As always, we can choose the most expensive one. And then, of course, we can sell it. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. I don't know. I mean, this is the thing, right? So, when we go into a new expansion, basically, it cancels out everything that we've had in the past, all that we've done. We start fresh. Gear-wise, it'll be good for a certain amount of time, very limited amount of time. As we level up, we get better and better gear and stuff like that. At the moment, if the gear that I get is equal to or worse than what I actually have, then I'll obviously sell it. If it's equal to what I have, I'll sell it again. If it's a bit better, I'll have to consider the stats that it gives, just because if the stats are the ones that are useful to me, or if those are stats that are useful to me, I might consider upgrading. If I think it's what I would class, say, a secondary stat that isn't really all that important, then I'll sell it. And if it's significantly better, then of course I will keep it and equip it. And that is basically how we get rid of all of the gear that we have. There's not really anything that I would want to keep. I mean, I didn't really get a chance here since I started playing WoW to actually acquire any good looking gear. I know that there is a transmog at some point in WoW, but I'm pretty sure it's after Cataclysm. I think, or maybe in Cataclysm, I'm not sure there, but it does help. I don't really know how it works because I didn't play around with it, but maybe it's worth keeping stuff that looks good for that purpose only, and trying to make your character look unique. One of the things that I personally, I suppose I'd say I'm critical about is the gear always looks the same on characters. So as you get to the end game, all characters from that class end up looking mostly the same. Those that are doing the end game content, at least, which I find, you know, somewhat, what's the word? Somewhat sad. I think there could be different sets of gear. It would be nice if you could have characters wearing different types of gear, obviously specific to that class, but you you know, say 2 level 80 warlocks with endgame gear don't look the same. They wear different types of clothing and stuff. So that would basically also make the previous games or versions of the game still relevant, because you could go and farm those and then use the visuals of that particular bit of gear to, I suppose, apply it to your new, I don't know, chest piece or shoulder piece or leg piece, to kind of create your own look, if that makes sense. And I think that would provide a lot more for customizability. Is that a word? Customization. There we go. I don't know why I said customizability. I don't even think that's a word. It is now because I said it, but yeah. Alright, do I want to go through this village? I feel like I don't want to go through this village, particularly because of these guys having these nets. So I'm going to have to go around it. See, right here, I was hoping to cut across on the mountain, just kind of go. But the enter is a big fat no. Now we're going to go back on ourselves, get this, and then make sure we are well without, out of their aggro range, go around on the water, and then do it that way. So I think this is the way out. Please do not put a net on me. Darn it. Do not dismount me then. Okay, let's aggro one if we're going to aggro anything. Alright, cool. We're going up north now. We're going to do some quests up here. Get this zone completed. I mean, we have made good progress here in Howling Fjord. So, not going to lie, I'm happy with it. Okay, we talk to you.
Is there trouble?
Okay. So what do we need to do? Apparently it's around here. Okay, I think I have an idea. If we can find them. There's a lot of leftovers here on the ground. How far does this actually stretch? Okay, there's one. That's fine.
I'm out of range.
Oh yeah, a lot of immunities here. Oh dear. Elementals, eh? You know, another time 900 plus XP would have definitely been nice, but right now that amount of XP barely touches the sides. We don't even see the bar move. Okay, there's one right there. Let's go and grab that dude. Oh, naughty. Naughty. And this is why I don't like to quest in areas with others. So take that player right there. He certainly, most surely knew that I was going to try and get that NPC. Instead, he chose to compete with me, trying to take it from underneath my face, my nose, so to speak. Basically trying to steal my kill, but I'd already tagged him. If I hadn't, he would have taken my kill, although there are many other NPCs that he could fight, or mobs as they call them, in this area, but he would have preferred to try and steal my kill, which is, you know, in terms of World of Warcraft etiquette, actually quite rude. And so that's why I'm happy that I waited off a bit and let the, I don't know, really enthusiastic people level up and go through it, because there would have been a lot of that going on. It would have been very competitive and a lot of people stealing each other's kills, just trying to get through as quick as possible. And yeah, that was really naughty. That was really, really naughty. See, I try to be fair. I try and not steal people's kills. If I do, and if I have in the past, you know, I do feel sorry for it. I don't do it on purpose. Same thing with, like, dungeon etiquette. I try and need on things that I need, not that I don't need. And sometimes, even though I may need it, if I think someone else needs it more than I do, I will just pass it on, if that makes sense. I'll go and greed, or just pass the item to them. So, you know, I try and be nice, but not everybody's the same, and don't have the same mentality. So yeah, I guess this is what you get in society, isn't it? So yeah, social side of a game like WoW, really, I guess. Pros and cons. Right, see, I'm not going for the same kill as that druid. I don't want to take his kill. I'll try and find my own if I can. Now, sometimes that can be frustrating when 3 of us are questing the same zone. As far as I can see, there's 3 players, possibly 4, doing the same thing. That's fine. I will look for another one elsewhere. Okay. Yep. Well, 4 it is. Then, yep. There's one right there. That is a gnome death knight. Gonna go for that one right there. So, going back to what I was saying, I will definitely be getting dual spec on, I think, pretty much all characters, not just this one. But specifically for the Death Knight, I think I want to give Unholy a go. The sad thing with Unholy is I need to remember that I won't be able to heal as much. If I'm not happy with it, then I'll try and build a DPS on the blood spec, really. I do really like that self-heal ability. I mean, it's good for a tank, without a hint of a doubt there. Oh, there's another one right here. Let's go and grab this one. But, to be honest, I'll give it a go. Apparently, it's meant to be one of the best DPS specs on the Death Knight, the Unholy, so just for that reason, I'll go for it and see what we can achieve. Now, obviously, it'll be gear dependent, and I do remember the frustrations of when you reach level 80 and your DPS doesn't look so good because everybody else is rocking epics and you're still in blues and greens. It makes you doubt yourself, and I remember that. But once you start getting those epics, it makes such a big difference. There we go. We have 13 cores. 12 cores out of 15. My bad. I don't know where 13 came from. But, yeah, mistakes. I'm human. I make mistakes. This video, I've made quite a few blunders here. I don't know what's happening with me. Oh, hello. Okay, dude. Someone's a bit excited. Now we have 13. Okay, well, he went that way, so I'm going to try and go a different way. I'll kind of guess. Oh, there's a elemental right here. Ice elemental. I do like looking at the hippogriffs that are flying in the background. They are cool, I'm not going to lie. And when I started playing World of Warcraft, I so underestimated the hippogriff, if I'm honest. I do appreciate it more now. I guess I look at it with a bit more of a mature mindset, to be honest. It's not that I was a kid. I started playing the game as a teenager into my early adult years. But now, with the amount of knowledge that I have, I actually do appreciate the hippogriffs a bit more than I did then. I found I guess, design-wise, a very strange creature and didn't quite get it. But now, like I said, I appreciate them a bit more. Alright. Looking at what I've got here, inventory space is not my friend, as you can see. So I'm trying to keep things fairly tidy. Because, of course, we are going to need a lot of gold. So I need to know what I'm selling, what I'm keeping, where everything is. We also do get the wonderful quest items that we need to use to complete quests, which adds more to the amount of stuff we keep in our inventory. Always fun. What are those things flying around? Snowballs? Snow fight. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna crack on with the rest of the quest. I'm probably gonna take a quick 5-minute, 10-minute break and then come back to the game. So obviously this will be only a second for you folks. Alright people, I am back. I'm glad I took that break. I did need a break. Now, between this episode and previous episodes, I've basically played continuously. However, they will be split up into episodes. So realistically, a bit of a 5-10 minute break is actually sometimes welcome. There used to be a time, you know, when I could play this pretty much continuously without very many breaks. Apart from your necessary toilet breaks and stuff like that. Again, that was in my early years when I was, I'd say, significantly younger than now. So I don't even know how I managed to do that. I used to be really good at leveling, if I'm honest, and I did level up pretty quickly, to be honest. Right, we got this dude right here, so at least the quest is not too far from the area. We'll do this. Let's have a look. Okay. It's one of these water quests. One of the types of quests that I'm not really a big fan of. I just don't like the whole idea of swimming. Just because it's slow and tedious. Okay. I see now. So, the weeds, if we can call it that, sometimes give us things that we don't really care much for. Like these wonderful crabs. Am I going to need water breathing? Oh, hello. Forsaken Spy. Surprise, surprise. Okay. I figure that I might potentially need water breathing at this rate. There we go. There's our barb fish. Thank God I have these, what do you call them? These worms with me. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, see, this is going to suck having to come up for air all the time. I'm going to try and save my water breathing potions if I can. And that's because it might be useful from time to time. I don't know how many water quests we'll have or how many things we'll be doing underwater, but they are a bit rare. And I don't like buying stuff from the auction house. I do think at the auction house, in my opinion, things tend to be quite overpriced. So I am being a bit greedy. Or stingy. Trying to preserve what I have in terms of coinage. And one thing I want to try and achieve is... oh, well, we'll see. Bear in mind, of course, with that said, that I do get distracted easily, but I want to get a character that I suppose would be considered rich. I would like to get the mammoth that has the vendors on it, and I think that would be so useful. But that is like 20,000 gold, or in the region of 20,000 gold. There's a barbfish. Okay. Got my little worms there swimming. Okay, of course we get a crab, because why not? Why would I get something else? I mean, this is just the way it is. I know, and I'm not getting mad or anything. It's just very interesting what my luck is sometimes. So when I'm saying stuff like that, I'm not actually getting angry at the game. I'm just mocking my own luck. Yep, there we go. I mean, this is quite random. What comes out of these sea lake weed? It's not really sea, is it? It's a bit of a lake pond, not even a lake, bit of a giant pond, I guess. But yeah, I'd just like to mock my own luck sometimes, because I know I don't have any of it. So me and luck are not friends, by the way. I must have upset somebody in a past life or something, because, yeah, I am the least luckiest person. Hey, there we have it. But being unlucky does make you appreciate the good luck that you have when you do have it. So, you know, pros and cons. There we go. Let's go and get some air. I feel like I should go for that one right there because it's closer to the surface. Oh, okay. Nope, maybe. I was trying to get to the surface without jumping, but yep, my judgment was not so good. I do sometimes struggle with the depth why is English so hard today? With the depth perception sometimes in the game. And as you've seen in previous episodes, yeah, if I'm having to do some sort of platforming thing here in the game, yeah, that's not a skill I have. Far from it, really. So yeah, generally I try to avoid any sort of platforming thing in this game just because of my lack of depth perception. Honest to God. Saying that, it's kind of the same in Ark as well. Wasn't a big fan of those. So that's why I always looked for ways to cheese them. Yep, let's go and get some air. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I can only imagine how cold this water would have been if this was a real thing. I mean, we are in Northrend, and it's meant to be cold and snowy, so if this was a real thing and I had to get in this kind of cold water, I would probably say nope and walk away from it. Or at least not unless there's a potion that makes you feel warm when you're actually cold. But yeah, I can imagine this would be ice cold. Okay, maybe I can go back on myself because it's quite deep here. Let's go and do this one and then see what we get. If not, we'll just go to the surface. Maybe I can kill it. I think I might have enough time to kill it and then go to the surface for some more air. I'll tell you what, my character can hold his breath for quite some time. Yeah, I'm cutting it close right now. Ooh, that was mighty close. What can I say? I like to live life on the edge, eh? Ooh, that was really close. And going back to what I was saying about luck, I have not seen very many barb-fish. I've seen quite a few crabs and several other things, but nope, no barb-fish. They are definitely rare to me. So anything that's rare in the world is even rarer to me. That's just the way I see it. Come on. And I guess on that note, it just means I appreciate it more. Finally. This was an unnecessarily long quest, or at least that's what it felt like to me. But we have completed it, and we don't have to do it again. At least on this character.
Need something?
There you go. Enjoy. And I'm not doing that again. Right, okay. I'm gonna need to see where else to go. If there is anything close by, I'll give it a go. Hopefully it's not too much of an annoying quest. I do have, though, to sell some stuff from my inventory. And this is why it's good to basically have a clean inventory in the sense of the way you store your stuff. Just helps you locate all the unnecessary junk that you can get rid of. And quite honestly, I don't really have a lot of available space to me to work with in the first place. So yeah, makes it easier for me to locate what I don't need. Oh, there's a lot of stuff around this area. I'm kind of happy with that, though. That's the way I like to see it. I do like to have a lot of things to do in and about the area that I do my quests. So it does help me. It does make it feel worth my while because I don't have to do a lot of traveling to actually get to the quest zone. Apparently there's something down here underwater. Let's have a quick peek. We can see the sparkles of something. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Let's quickly see this. Aha! Come on, attack the damn fish. God, that was annoying. I couldn't attack the fish. That frost fin. I was trying, I was clicking so hard, it's just not happening. Sometimes this is one of the things that I've noticed, right? Sometimes when you're mounted, it is really difficult to attack a target. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so sometimes when you're mounted, it's really difficult to actually attack a target. It just doesn't want to do it, and I don't understand why. It should be something super easy. Like, I was really struggling to target that fish and actually attack it. I mean, I think the game initially wants you to dismount before you attack, but then it doesn't make a difference. It's done. That's the important bit. But I would have been a bit annoyed if I would have lost that kill because things in the game didn't work. Alright, let's go and pick this one up.
Greetings. Be careful.
Now we have your quest. And I think that's pretty much it. Okay, cool, we can do that. Yeah, let's go for it. There we go. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't understand why you can't use your abilities off of your mount. I get it, you're going to get dismounted, and that's the way it should work. But sometimes that doesn't really work. So right here, it worked just fine. There, in the water, it just did not want to target that creature. See, this is how it should work. I don't know if maybe the element of water complicated the game's AI and didn't know what to do. Maybe that's an option. There we go. Oh, it's looking for tough ram meat. So let's see if we can find some tough ram meat, because that is what you want. I'm not sure what the quest is about, but yeah, we want some tough ram meat. Please give us some tough ram meat. Nope. Oh yeah, we did actually. Combine 4 pieces of these. That's fine. Okay, cool. Do you know what? Just a thought here. I am playing a Death Knight, and normally a Death Knight is an undead creature. Now, normally when creatures die, when living things die, they start to decompose. When they decompose, they smell. So that makes me wonder, do Death Knights actually stink like a dead animal? Or like a dead creature? Just a thought. I get it that the ghouls, the skeletons, all other undead are meant to smell in the game. They don't really put a lot of focus on that. But does that mean Death Knight smell as well? Oh, hello. Okay, we can pick these up. That's fine. That's something I've never figured out.
Too far away.
I guess they don't. They're not fully decomposed, maybe. And that's how my mind works. I was just doing this quest and all of a sudden that thought just popped into my mind. Maybe someone can answer it for me. There we go. Let's combine this. Ah, interesting. Right, with that being said and done, I am going to end this video here. Thank you folks for joining me. Join me in the next one where we will continue with the quests here in Northrend. So until then, stay safe and don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment, and subscribe.